Alright, Shay Loss Day 4. Today I just wanted to talk about, like after we've kind of got started and uploaded a few videos, I think there's been some expectations about what this is going to be. I just want to talk about what we plan on doing, and that is, we don't know. And we have no idea. We have like that, tentative schedule on what we're going to do every day. But what I don't want to get into is where it's like, this is exactly what we're doing. You guys should follow us to a letter. Because the same thing doesn't work for everybody. There's so many different body types, different situations, different circumstances, different fitness levels, all that kind of stuff. So you need to pick something that works for you. Now, we're going to give tips and we're going to show what we do and we're going to show modified versions of the exercises we do, but you got to find out what works for you. And I know some of you feel overwhelmed because you're like, well, I don't know what works for me, Shay. Where do I start? Well, Google and YouTube are a great place. Also, check out Ezekiel. We're doing a video here.
Go.
I have a ton of Shay Loss videos. Go to the channel and click on videos and you can see I have a whole stack of videos that has like tips and tricks. We even talk on the new Shay Tards vlog that I just uploaded today, the best ways to eat when you go to a restaurant.
Yes.
Logan gave some really good tips on what to do
advice
when you go out to eat. So just find what you want to do and do it. Here's one thing that I was going to say that I wanted to say in our workout video that we did on the beach the other day is when you go to do a workout, here's one thing that I've learned that's helped me like push myself is don't go and say, okay, I'm going to do this and then see how I feel. Find out what you can do and then write it down. So for instance, what I'll say is, and I said this on Twitter a while ago, I'm going to do 300 push-ups every day that I upload and export a video, which I haven't done. But the days that I did those, I wrote down 10 sets and said I'm not stopping until I do 300 push-ups. Because if you just say, I'm going to do some push-ups, you'll do like 50 or 60 push-ups, you're like, oh man, I'm dying, I'm done. So if you set a goal from the outset, like, I'm going to do 300 jumping jacks, and I'm not going to stop until I hit that goal. So set a goal before you work out. I'm going to run 3 miles. I'm going to lift weights for 45 minutes. Whatever you're going to do that day, write it down and then make sure you do it. Like, don't quit on yourself during your exercises. Don't start a workout and say, I'll just see how I feel, because you're going to stop, because it's going to be hard. So before you get started, say, I'm going to do this amount of reps, or I'm going to exercise for this amount of time, or I'm going to bike for this far. And write that down and set that as a goal, and then go about doing it. And then you're going to get halfway done, you're like, man, I'm so tired, but I said I would do 50 minutes of running, and I'm only at 25 minutes, I'm only halfway there, and I'm exhausted. And you're going to push yourself, and then you're going to hit that 50 minutes and be like, I did great. And then you're going to learn your fitness level. You're going to see where you're at. For instance, do jumping jack. That's actually an exercise I told Logan that I've been doing a lot lately.
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks are great. Just really good form jumping jacks. Works your legs, works your cardiovascular, works your shoulders. Cardiovascular is your breathing muscles. Do 50 jumping jacks. 50 good jumping jacks.
Right now.
And try to do 3 sets of those. And see where you're at. See if it kills you. See if you can barely make it and doing 3 sets of 50 jumping jacks, you know where you're at. So write it down, say, I'm going to do 3 sets of 50 jumping jacks and do it. If it's easy for you, say, I'm going to do 3 sets of 100 jumping jacks. One goal that I've been setting for myself is I say, before I go to bed, I'm going to do 500 jumping jacks. Trust me, the next morning, my shoulders are sore, my calves. Logan, look at my calves. Do you see them?
Calves.
Look at my calves.
They're hairy.
See? Well, you know what else is hairy?
Shay, I know. Watch the vlog, you'll find out.
So set out what you're going to achieve before you achieve it. Prepare and then do it. Give some tips. What do you have?
That's a huge thing. If you're getting into this and you don't know what you can do with what weight, how many times, do what's called a fitness test with yourself and put a certain weight on, say you're doing bench press, put a certain weight on, see how many times you can do it before you start to fatigue. If you want to do it, say 10 times, 3 sets, do it until you start to fatigue. Say you do 13 the first set, say you do 12 the second set, say you do 10 the third set, up your weight a little bit. Until you're doing like 10, 9, and then maybe 8 would be perfect. And that's another reason why I've actually encouraged you guys to communicate with each other in the comments to find out what other people are doing. I know somebody asked for breakfast recipes. For me, breakfast is simple. Fruit. That's all I eat. He's different. What I do with my meals is when you wake up in the morning, you eat food for energy. When you wake up, depending on your lifestyle, usually you're going to need the most energy when you wake up because you have the rest of the day in front of you. So you want to eat the biggest meal in the morning, and that'll start your energy flow. And then the next meal is going to be smaller because you have less of a day. The next meal is going to be even smaller because you have less of a day. And then dinner, you're going to eat dinner, maybe go home, watch some YouTube videos, go to bed. So dinner, you don't need that much energy. You're not going to be doing anything when you're sleeping, so you don't need to eat energy.
That's a good point. A big meal in the morning. I'm just fruit, man. I love fruit for some reason.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up, I feel like I'm thirsty. You know how you wake up and you're thirsty? And a giant chunk of watermelon, it's like, it gives me, nutrients, and it fills me up with water. So just try different things for you. Some people, like, I can wake up and only have a piece of watermelon and go run 10 miles. Some people would just pass out because they have to have, like, something substantial. I really think my metabolism's slow. So, like, I can wake up and have just a small piece of watermelon and go run 10 miles or bike 25 miles and I'm fine. But then I come home and then I'm hungry. So it just depends on you and your individual thing. I don't know. So that's today's advice. That's the biggest thing I wanted to get across to you is set a goal before you start working out. Try jumping jacks. That's today's exercise, jumping jacks. All of you, no matter where you're at, try to do 3 sets of 50 jumping jacks. And I'm talking about make your arms straight, go all the way up. When you come out, boom, boom, boom. Do 50 of those. I know it's going to suck because you're going to feel a little jiggly going on. There's going to be some bouncing. Don't feel bad about that. Just do it in a room where nobody's watching and let the jiggle flow. Because I know what you're feeling. It's all jiggling and wiggling around. Don't feel bad. Because I know some of you are going to be like, oh, I'm not doing 50 of those. That feels weird. I can feel my gut jumping up and down. Yeah. That'll tighten you up. Your shoulders, your lats, your legs, your heart. Jumping jacks are great. Sometimes the simplest exercises are the best for you. Don't get all technical and, I got to get a Bowflex and, just simple jumping jacks. Here's what I would do. 3 sets of 50 jumping jacks, 3 sets of 20 push-ups, 3 sets of 50 sit-ups. That's 3 workouts, and that would be a great workout routine.
Be a good workout routine.
And write it down. Get a piece of paper and write push-ups, jumping jacks, crunches, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? So you have your 3 exercises with 3 sets, and then every time you do a set of jumping jacks, maybe you said I did 53 jumping jacks, and I did 22 push-ups, 54 crunches, and write those down, and you have your goal, and so when you're all done, you have your paper, and you're like, oh, I actually did better than I thought I did, or I did better than I planned. And that, my friends, will set you up for one of these babies.
Boom!
Look at it. Alright, so that's Shay Loss today. Leave comments, leave video responses, make discussion with each other, and we're going to be traveling tomorrow, so tomorrow might be hard. We might do something on the road.
We should do something.
We're going to be driving to Idaho. Yeah. And then we're going to be running country roads when we get to Idaho. That's what I'm going to be doing, because we're going to go camping. Alright? Keep it up. Don't quit. This is when it gets hard, you guys. Day 4, day 5, when you start out, you're like, yes, I got this 5-week challenge. I'm all over this, Shay and Logan. And then day 4 or 5, you're like, I'm hungry. I want a cake. Can I eat some Cheetos? It gets hard. Think about this. When you want to eat at night and you're like stressing out and you're like, I want to eat some cereal. I want to have I just want some ice cream. Just one more brownie or just one more taco. Think about how you'll feel in the morning. Try to go in the future and say, if I don't eat that, when I wake up in the morning, my stomach's going to feel flatter and I'm going to feel so good. But I know if I eat that, I'm going to wake up in the morning and be like, oh man, I shouldn't have eaten that. Think about the regret.
It comes down to a point when you really have to ask yourself, what tastes better? That one brownie or 5 weeks down the road when you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I accomplished something with my life.
I'll tell you right now, the brownie tastes way better.
Really? I think a 6-pack.
You can't taste a 6-pack. Here, let me taste your 6-pack, bro. That's disgusting. I want a brownie.
That was
but gross. You get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? You will feel... What? You want a brownie?
Or
what's the old saying? Nothing tastes better than skinny fills. That's the saying. Ezekiel, we're making a vlog here. Okay, you guys, don't give up. Keep it strong. Shay Loss 5-week challenge. We got this.